I don't know when I remembered my first dream. I do know that as a child, I relished the experience of being in the dream world and had some favorite dreams, especially the ones with houses, the rooms with secret passageways, hidden rooms, finding lost treasures. I'm reading from a book called Intuitive Dreaming. The book is written by Dr. Laurel Clark, and she's with me. Dr. Clark, thank you for being with us, for taking time.
Thank you for having me.
Intuitive dreaming is something that you have been involved with all your life, and that's what we're going to be talking about, I think. You talk about childhood dreams, and you talk about dreams when you were in college, and I thought we might start there in terms of exploring why you remembered dreams, what dreams began to mean to you, even when you were young.
When I was very young, I remember sometimes having a hard time falling asleep, and I don't know all of what I was doing, but I had some dreams that felt really great, that I kind of felt like I was sliding through a tunnel. And if I stayed awake the whole time that I was going through the tunnel, then I would go into the dream world. And many years later, I learned that that was a kind of lucid dreaming experience. When I was in college, I was taking a creative writing class, and I had a friend who wrote this beautiful poetry that I was kind of envious of because it had really nice imagery. And I wrote poetry too, but it seemed kind of brainy and stilted. And so I asked her how she was able to come up with those beautiful images, and she said they come from my dreams. So she was the one who taught me about how to remember dreams, because at that time I believed that I dreamed, but I had stopped remembering dreams. And she said, well, write them down. And I said, well, how am I supposed to write them down if I don't remember? She said, get a notebook, put it by your bed, have a pen or pencil there, and just tell yourself you want to remember your dreams. So I tried it, and she was right. Just by having the notebook there, deciding that I wanted to, and expecting to, and then being prepared to remember them, I started remembering them and writing them down.
What's the first dream that you can remember having?
The first dream that I really remember, I don't know how old I was. I know I was old enough to read, and there was an article in, I believe it was Life magazine, about a kind of gruesome experience that happened with a family in the woods that had been attacked by a grizzly bear. And one or two of the kids, as they were climbing up the tree, the grizzly bear scraped them. And I think whoever wrote that story must have been pretty graphic in how it was described, because I remember imagining what it was like, and I had a hard time going to sleep because those pictures kept coming back into my mind about these kids being maimed by the grizzly bear. And so I started having dreams that there was this bear that was trying to get into the back door of the house, and they would wake me up, and I was very frightened.
It seems like most of the dreams from childhood are nightmares that we do remember. And we can talk about that, but I think maybe in terms of remembering dreams, have you found that as you recorded dreams, that the tendency toward nightmares has decreased?
I have, and I think the reason for that is that people have lots of dreams. They're not all nightmares. But because the nightmares have such a strong emotional component to them, or because they wake us up, that people remember them. So making a regular practice of remembering dreams and keeping a dream journal helps me, and as I've heard, it helps other people to remember the whole gamut of dreams.
So you started recording dreams at what age?
I was probably 19.
And how many dreams do you think you've recorded by now? Do you have any idea?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm going to be 60 next month, so I've been recording dreams for many years, and I have gone through some periods where I kind of let the records go, but at least since the last 10 or 20 years, I've been very regular about keeping a dream journal.
I know that as a parent, recording your child's dreams from an early age kind of fleshes out that early part where you're not quite old enough to even know how to write necessarily and that kind of thing yet. So I can see how the expanse of having that can be life-changing.
Yeah, I think as a parent, that's an amazing gift to give to a child, to record their dreams.